Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ask Grit, episode number 49. Every single week, we have a catch up with one of our fellow team members answering questions on property investment matters. Today, we have Frank from our Melbourne office. Hey, Frank, how are you doing?
Evan, how are you?
Doing great, doing great.
That's good.
All right. So what have you got this week, Frank?
Alrighty, so we've got a few questions that I want to go through. I guess the first one is one that we get quite a bit in regards with people who are renting at the moment, and they might be renting in the inner city, let's say, because they are working in that area, or they have friends and family, or they just love living in the area, but it's quite expensive to buy there. So what do? So I guess the first question is, I'm renting. Can I still buy a property, or should I buy my first home first? So that's really what we get a question about all the time. Call it rent investing. And I wanted to see what you think.
Yeah, that's a great question. And as you said, we get that question all the time. And rent vesting is a great thing to do. But people have some sort of a fear in their mind, whether should we be doing it? Because the traditional way of doing it is you buy your first home and then you go investing. But there's no reason for you to break that rule. And there's no rule as such. If you have a deposit saved up, which is sufficient for investment property, go for it. Because you're living at the place you want, which is convenient for your work, which might be convenient for your kids' schools. So that's perfectly all right. You're living the dream on rent, which is perfectly fine, but you keep investing where you get cash flow coming in from other properties. So answer is go for it. Rent investing is fantastic.
Absolutely, I agree. It's especially if you're in the inner city, it's very expensive to buy, where it's a lot more affordable to rent most of the time. And if you're not in a position to buy in that area, then you are better off investing and keep on renting better than trying to save your money. Which leads me into the second question. Funny enough, I'm saving money in the bank, Navin. Cash is king. Am I wrong?
I say cash flow is king. So you're wrong. Cash is not king anymore, my friend. Cash flow is king. Again, that's another belief a lot of people have. Holding on to cash gives people some sort of security, which is true. It really depends on the person. But if you can invest that cash, which gives you some cash flow coming in a secured environment such as real estate, that is how you can achieve your financial freedom. If you look at the top 5 richest people in the world, ask how much they have in the bank, it'll be close to zero. All their funds will be invested and they're living on cash flow. So cash flow is king, my friend. Keep investing.
Fantastic. Now, another one that comes across all the time as well, of course, is the tax aspect, especially with people on a higher income and higher tax brackets. But how do I minimize my personal tax liability with investing?
Sounds like they're paying a lot of tax.
We get that a lot.
That's right. And that's what we educate you on. Tax can be evil if you don't be on top of it. You get different kind of taxes, main being the pay-YG tax if you're working, and if you're especially on a higher income, especially if you're over 180K, you'll be up for 45% plus tax. And even if you're less than that, you're looking at least 37%. So that's a big chunk going into the ATO. If you're especially working, there's only one way of getting your taxes back and take control, that's investment properties. The reason being, especially if you go into the brand new investment properties, through depreciation alone, you can claim a lot of tax back. Again, one property is not going to do the trick. If you're paying $50,000 of tax per year, you should be able to get at least half or 2/3 back if you have a portfolio of properties. So we are here to guide you. Let us know. We really need to know. We won't be able to give you an answer. This is what it is, but it really depends on your situation, circumstances, how much tax you're paying, how many properties you might have.
Yeah,
and then we can structure it accordingly. But it's worth having a conversation.
absolutely. Which also leads me, I guess, funny enough, to the other question too is, we get a lot of customers who want to retire reasonably earlier than your average Australian. How do we, how many properties do I need to get, I guess, to get $100,000 income, passive income in the future? And of course, it's a long-term strategy, as we know, and you got to hold on to properties for a long time and all those type of things. But if someone has a, let's say, 15, 20-year plan, and they want that passive income to eventually, maybe not retire, but they want to take it easier. They want to work less hours. They want to maybe change a job, a career, or start a business, but they need some income coming through. So I guess the question again, how many properties do I need to get to have 100K passive income in the future?
Yeah, it's a great question. Again, really depends on the individual situation, circumstances, how much income you're getting, how many properties you have, and so forth. But ballpark, if you can have 6 to 7 properties cashed out in, again, you got to be thinking long term. You're not going to get there overnight. It's a long-term game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. If you opt for the long-term game, having 6 to 7 properties fully paid out, you're going to achieve 100,000 plus passive income coming in per year.
So would you say anywhere between, let's say, $2.5 to $3 million worth of property should be able to get you there if we're working on roughly 5% return per annum? Really, 2.5 million might even get you there, depending on the property and the type of rental you're going to get. Yeah. Correct. Fantastic. All right, awesome. Now, the other question that we get a lot as well, and it's probably one that springs up quite a bit, especially at the end of the buying or the purchasing cycle, is when people start actually thinking, geez, I've just bought a property. What do we do with the tenants? So we get that question all the time. I'm worried about my tenants not paying rent or either cancelling the lease, as an example. How do I mitigate this risk, and what can we do to minimize that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good question too. With tenants, I mean, typically you have a 12-month agreement, and they're supposed to pay for 12 months, but things change, circumstances change, people can lose jobs, or people can vacate, whatever it is. To protect you, there is landlord insurance, which will take care of the loss of rent or damage to the property up to 10 weeks. Now, most of the landlord insurance was canceled during COVID because a lot of people were having issues, but most of the insurance providers are putting that back on. So landlord insurance is a must as an investor to protect yourself. People talk a lot about asset protection and so forth, but someone getting sued is quite rare, but losing a tenant can be common. So landlord insurance is the way to go to protect yourself.
Right. And also, I guess to a certain degree, we've got quite a bit of a shortage at the moment with rental properties, and well, properties in general. There's a significant amount of shortage, and developers and land agents can't move quickly enough, or as quickly as the market can anyway. So at the moment, we're probably seeing that there's more people looking for property than there's property to rent. So rental yields are at a record low in most areas. So either way, you should be able to rent that property out pretty quickly, I would say.
Correct. Especially with the borders opening up, we see a lot of students coming in, population moving in. So all across Australia, rental yields.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially where I would assume some of the inner city apartments and so forth, they would have probably struggled at one stage during COVID, because there was not many people traveling, not people coming in and out. But at the moment, all of that's changing. I would assume your townhouses, house and land type areas would probably have even lower rental yield at the moment. So in regards with not rental yield, but in regards with
Vacancy rates.
the vacancy rates at the moment. So okay, awesome. And my last question, I guess, that we get all the time is, how can Grit Property add value to me as an investor? So what does Grit do to help me?
Yeah, we are there to help you. I mean, how we can add value is, as a property investor, we will cater you to a long-term plan. It's not about buying an investment property, but we come up with a strategy for you for the next 5, 10, 15 years, so that you have a plan in place to execute, and we will help you to execute that. It's not about giving you a product. Okay, here's the investment property and go with it. We will come up with a plan, we plan it out for you, execute it for you, and then guide you through all the way on how to take control of your taxes, how to take control of your superannuation, and so forth. So it's a total solution you get in terms of your wealth creation. And it's all about you, and it's about achieving your goals, your dreams, and getting rid of all those fears you might have. And that's what we do, and that's what we know best, and that's how we can add value to you.
Fantastic. Good answer, Navin. That's it for me in regards to the questions.
I think we have got one more online. I'm a student. I find it very difficult to find a apartment for rent. Can you help me?
One of the questions that's popped up.
Yeah,
exactly what we were talking about with vacancy rates before, wasn't it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can certainly help you. There are a few options available in the city if you're looking, but yeah, get in touch with us on social media or email us on info@gridproperty.com.au. We should be able to help you out. We have few options in the city. There's one in Burwood, I think, close to Deakin. But yeah, we'll pass it on to the property management team, and they can help you out and hopefully find you a property.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people struggle to find a rental at the moment, and good applicants as well. So we're getting that, and I'm hearing a lot of that at the moment in the marketplace. So no shortages of tenants looking for a good property. That's for sure.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's good. Have you got anything else, Frank?
No, that's it for me, mate.
All right, excellent. This is what we like to do, so keep it short and sweet for about 15 minutes. So that's it for today, and we'll see you next week with another episode of Ask Grit.
Thank you, David. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Frank.
guys. Take care. Have a good day.
Cheers. Bye.